Take two. Oh my goodness. This title could not be more suitable for today. If you caught the earlier one and if it didn't get deleted, as my name is Tanya. Welcome to Essential Oils for Health and Home. Now I'm rebranded to A Life That Glows, and so that's what we're trying to create, right? Thank you so much for joining me, whether it's live or on the replay. As always, if you have any questions about the oils that we're talking about today or any oils in general or specific health concerns you might be dealing with, feel free to text or shoot me a message or comment below. I will do my best to help you out. If there are any oils that we talk about that you would like to try, if you've never tried doTERRA's essential oils, I'm happy to help with that as well. And if there's something you feel like, oh my god, I needed that yesterday, I can help you bring these oils into your home too. So today we're going to talk about oils for stress and for calming. We have had a super busy morning already and it's only noon. Tried to fit a lot of things in and a lot of social media stuff in, just kind of all fell today for some reason all together. And so I definitely felt myself getting to a point where that stress level goes up, right? Those hormones, the endocrine system kicks in, the adrenaline starts running, maybe the cortisol starts running, the oxytocin is definitely not running, the serotonin is definitely not running because it is being overridden by those stress-inducing hormones. So know that when you have those moments of stress or anxiousness, or just kind of feeling like a little out of control, it is not just you being weird, right? Our bodies send and create and receive chemical messages all the time, and often I think we forget that it's not just up here, guys. It's down here in your gut. It's all of your endocrine system working together to keep all of this functioning and safe and moving along through life as it should. So we'll not blame it, but let's know that you can attribute a lot of this to chemistry, right? Not just, crazy lady syndrome, if you will. So I definitely felt myself getting in that point of just like, my patience level is so wearing thin right now. Please don't ask me another question. My husband is traveling. Please don't touch me right now. Like, just give me a minute for like this space, yeah? And so please raise a hand, shoot me an emoji if you have ever been there and you just needed just need a little me space. So the oils we're going to talk about today are really, really good for accessing your parasympathetic nervous system. So we have two parts to our nervous system, our sympathetic nervous system and our parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system, think of as your rest, digest, heal, and relax. That is what that part of your nervous system controls. And that's the part of our nervous system that we want to access when we're in those moments of anxiousness or overwhelm, or I think of it as like lice, like lysing, like a L-Y-S-E, like a cell. If it inflates with too much water, it just kind of goes and it splits open. So we want to access that parasympathetic nervous system to take a little control back, take a little perspective back, and make a decision about what our next step is going to be and respond rather than react. And I say this for us as parents or adults, for ourselves, but also modeling this for our kids. If we want our kids to be able to do these things, they really need to see a model of what that looks like and sounds like. And so as we get better at this, it'll be a little bit easier to verbalize what's actually happening and what we're doing in the moment so that our kids have a good idea of how to do that for themselves and what that might look like in their bodies and coming out of their mouth. So one thing that I want to tag on to this today is a really simple pranayama breathing exercise that you can do with these oils as well. So let's talk about the oils, and then I'll share that pranayama breathing exercise, and you can try it at home, you can try it in the office, you can try it in the bathroom, in the car, wherever you might need it. And also, it's a great one to teach your kiddos. So the first oil that I'm going to share today that is fabulous for grounding and just recentering is Balance. Balance is an essential oil that you can use topically and aromatically. You would not want to use this one internally because of the oils in the blend. This one is super, oh my goodness, it's like walking through a forest filled with flowers. I mean, it is just woodsy, earthy, and floral all together. I just love this one. It just feels so good. Anyway, so some ways that you could use all of these oils actually are topically. So you could just take it and put it directly on your pulse points, right? You could do it on your finger, rub it onto pulse points here. If you have any kind of diffuser jewelry, these are great oils to add to that, or to just apply it over your heart. You could inhale directly from the bottle. You could pop it in a diffuser if you have that available to you as well. You could make a roller bottle with these so that it's easy to carry and take along with you. You could pop a drop in the palms of your hand, rub them together, and cup and inhale, and do the pranayama breathing exercise that I'm going to share with you in a little bit. So I just want to share from my new favorite book, Emotions and Essential Oils, why this Balance oil is so effective. So Balance is considered the oil of grounding, and it is mostly tree oils and roots. And I love this description, so I'm going to read directly from the book here. Trees live in the present moment. They're not in a hurry. They are stable. And I'm going to add, trees bend. They don't usually break. Grounding blends soft energy, or balanced energy, is excellent for calming overactive children who have difficulty settling down. Adults too. It's a wonderful remedy for those who need to reconnect with their roots. It strengthens the connection with the lower body and with the earth. Connections like these are important when the upper faculties have been overused due to excessive thinking, speaking, or spiritual activity. It's especially suited for personalities who seek to escape from life through disconnection and disassociation. So what that made me think of was, first of all, like when we think of feeling under stress or feeling overwhelmed or feeling anxious, we often feel disassociated from our bodies, right? Our breath moves up. It tends to be way up here. It tends to get very shallow. Often you can feel like you're not even in your body at all, right? Or you don't have the control over it that you would like. And so a grounding blend is really, really good for bringing you back down, okay? When I think about this idea of disconnection or dissociation, for me, what pops up are people who are working through eating disorder issues, which I myself suffered in my early 20s, and there was a huge disconnect for me from my body. I was not able to address or understand or recognize signs and signals of hunger or anything. Like my brain, my mind, and my perception totally was overriding that. And something like this would have been great for me at that point in time. doTERRA didn't even exist then, but I wish it had, and I wish someone had shared it with me then, because it would just been an amazing tool to have on hand to support me with that. But that idea of bringing the awareness from the outside in and tuning back in, and grounding balance is a really, really great oil for that. Another great one for this is Serenity. Serenity, again, you can use topically or aromatically. This one is a lot more floral. It has a little bit of cedarwood in it, but for me, it is all about the flowers. That's just what my nose picks up. Serenity is also a good one for sleep support. So all of these are going to activate that parasympathetic nervous system just due to the blend of oils that they have in them. But Serenity is specifically made to support calming and transitioning into sleep and staying asleep. So that doesn't mean you can only use it for sleep, but it's also a great one to use for that. So if like the woodsy, rootsy scent is not your favorite, and maybe florals are, this might just be a better fit for your body. Remember, all of our bodies are different. Our body chemistries are different. Our body chemistry, especially as women, changes over the course of a month, right? And so you may totally love Serenity at some point in a month, and maybe Balance is a better choice at a different time of the month, just because of your endocrine system and how things are working for you. So Serenity, again, you can use on pulse points, you can diffuse it, you can use on diffuser jewelry. It's a great one to have on the go as well. I know families whose kids keep one in their roller in their locker, and they'll just go out and grab it as and when they need it. So let me share with you a little bit about Serenity. Let me find the page here. Serenity is considered the oil of tranquility and has a powerful effect on the mind and the heart. It's uniquely calming and invites us to relinquish feelings of stress, anxiousness, and being overwhelmed. It can support those who struggle with an overactive mind and an inability to unwind. It can help it helps in assisting to quiet the mind, release agitation, and inviting calm. So this could be a great one as well for, when your mind just can't turn off, okay? So whether that's at bedtime or whether that's during the day, if you have one of those minds that just keeps going and going and going, and maybe your body goes along with it, maybe it's just your mind and it's the trouble focusing, this could be a great one for you as well. Now, sometimes when we think about like stress and anxiety and overwhelm, it can be due to all different kinds of things, right? So think about those triggers that you have that cause that feeling for you or those feelings for you. Sometimes we can avoid those triggers, sometimes we can't. Sometimes they're just responsibilities. Sometimes they're have-tos, like going and taking a test or going to the doctor, but they can still trigger those emotions. And so having these oils, having these tools on hand as and when you need them, and becoming conscientious of those triggers so that you have something at the ready to address them and deal with it can be really, really helpful. Okay, the other two blends that I'm going to share come from the emotional aromatherapy line. The first one is Peace blend. Again, you can use it aromatically or topically. This one has vetiver, lavender, ylang-ylang, frankincense, clary sage, marjoram, labdanum, and spearmint. It's a really, really nice one too. So, Peace might be a great option for you. It can help those of us who lack a feeling of inner peace. I'm just going to share this with you. It invites us to connect to the true source of peace and let go of control and excess attachments in order to experience the peace that flows from the divine, however you might call that, right? It's also called Reassuring Blend, and that's because, especially when we feel afraid, it is tempting to try to control a situation, right, or to control others, because it gives us a sense of order or of safety. So Peace is a great one for combating that, or maybe addressing that might be a better way to put that. When we don't feel peaceful, there's a tendency, right, to try to manufacture a sense of peace or a sense of calm. And through controlling relationships or the environment that we're in. And so Peace can help us to really kind of release and relax into things that we cannot control and take a deep breath in and kind of learn to go with the flow a little bit more. Okay, and the last one I really like, and I think I'm just gonna put this one on. Guys, like, I already feel so much better just because I've been wearing these and smelling them and taking time to take a deep breath. Oh my gosh, huge. Okay, so the last one I'm going to share with you today is called Console. Console is also called the Comforting Blend. Sorry, I gotta move around a little bit here. It's one that is really good to use in moments of grief and transition and change in your life. We've had some friends and members of our oily community lately who have lost someone that they love. Never an easy thing. And know that if that is your situation, you are not alone. I am a member of the Lost My Mom Club. My husband is a member of the Lost His Dad Club. And it's never an easy thing. It doesn't ever get easier, right? So, Comforting Blend is a great one to use. Comforting Blend is considered the oil of consolation. So this is a blend of trees and flowers that can help with emotional comfort. It can help to soothe emotional pain after periods of extreme stress or trauma. It can help those who are burdened by loss, grief, or tragedy in releasing some of those burdens. When I think of releasing some burdens of loss, grief, or tragedy, I think about the heaviness of not being able to do something, right? Like when my mom passed away, there really was nothing I could do. And so there's that feeling of not having any agency, not having any control, being completely not ineffective, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like having just a lack of power. There's just nothing that you can do. So that I think is one of the emotional burdens. Sometimes we feel like there was something that we could do and maybe we didn't act, or we didn't get to do something we would have liked to have done before. And so like feelings of guilt can often come along as well. And being able to work through those and release those is a benefit of using Console. It says, when the storm is raging in one's heart or mind, when there is no relief from fear, emotional pain, or anxious feelings, Console can help us by taking the first step towards healings. It encourages us to seek intervention so that we may experience the presence of love and consolation. So all of these oils are really great to use in moments of stress or anxiety, anxiousness, when you want to or need to promote a sense of calm. So I mentioned a pranayama breathing exercise. Our parasympathetic nervous system is activated more readily when our exhale is longer than our inhale. So if you have one of these oils, or you have, an oil that you really like, or maybe, or maybe you just recently got your kit and you have lavender. Lavender is a great one to start with as well. I would encourage you to grab one of your oils and put a drop in the palm of your hand and rub them together. And to make our exhale longer than our inhale, we're going to take an internal count, maybe a 3-count inhale and a 5-count exhale. Okay, so as you inhale, I want you to think about feeling your ribs first expand, and then the belly expand. And as you exhale, think about the belly coming in, drawing in, and then the ribs coming closer together on that exhale. So inhale is ribs, and then belly. Exhale is belly, and then ribs. Okay, so we'll take a 3-count and a 5-count. And a 3-count. And a 5-count. You don't have to bring your hands to your heart. You don't have to close your eyes. That's just what comes natural to me. But that 3 and 5-count breath is a really good way to start to activate that parasympathetic nervous system and come to a place that is more centered and more calm and ready to respond to what's in front of you rather than react. Adding on one of those essential oils is going to heighten that experience. It is going to increase your ability to respond and the rate at which you are able to calm down. So I'm just going to take one more of these because it's been that kind of morning. I hope that was helpful today. If you are finding yourself in moments of stress, overwhelm, anxiousness, and you just need to calm down, if you have one of these oils nearby, do grab it. If you don't have one, do just try the pranayama breathing. It's going to be so helpful for you. I would recommend taking at least 5 of those deep breaths. 10 to 15 would be even better. And if you're interested in trying out one of these oils or bringing some of these oils into your home, please do comment below, let me know, shoot me a message, ask me any questions that you have. I'm always happy to help. May you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next week for Tea with Tanya on Tuesday.
How are you, Mom?